Well, it may have been one of Delaware's best-kept secrets, but not anymore. Rich Bloch is a world-famous magician, and you can see his act at a little theater he owns in Millville, Delaware. And as I recently found out, the Washington, D.C. attorney slash magician brings a rich and star-studded history with him to Delmarva.
Stepping into the Dickens Parlor Theater in Millville is like stepping back in time. From Bella, Dickens' fortune-telling grandmother, to an original 1920 mutoscope showing a moving picture show, owner and magician Rich Bloch has created an enchanting, magical center.
This is for very small parties where we do intimate magic in an unexpected setting.
It's also where Rich keeps his magical time machine. More on that in a minute. Behind the parlor is where you'll find the Dickens Parlor Theater. That's where I learned about Rich Bloch's magical life leading up to building this stage. Rich began working in a New Jersey magic shop at age 7.
In those days, magic shops were really little meccas. They were the center of magic activity for professional magicians who would be performing, in this case, in New York City.
It was then he was invited to be the assistant to TV's magic clown, Dick Dubois. Great start to a magical career, but Bloch had to create a different path.
When I was very young, I did go to my dad and I said, I want to grow up and be a magician, and he said, you can't do both.
It wasn't until Bloch was contacted by this man, Orson Welles, that his magic put him back on stage. Bloch was developing magic tricks and effects for professional magicians. One of those magicians was Welles, who called Rich's office with some questions.
And I picked up the phone and I said, okay, who is this? And he said, it's Orson Welles. And I said, who? If you're not, yeah, it's a great impression.
Welles consulted with Bloch before making appearances on talk shows in the late 70s and early 80s. Their friendship turned into a partnership to develop a TV special.
But then he died, and so it never really saw the light of camera.
Bloch did get back on stage and spent the next 30 years performing around the country and the world. But he was ready to settle into a smaller venue.
The vision was to create a little theater, and to have, I didn't want a big theater, I wanted an intimate little setting that bridged the gap between purely close-up, such as in the mini theater that we have over in our parlor, and a major stage. I didn't want that sort of space.
Now magicians from all over the United States journey to Millville. Some have left their marks on the backstage wall.
Most of our shows are not classified as children's shows. These are family shows. Everything we look for in our performers is that quality of being able to talk with an audience and not at it.
After the performance, the audience is invited back to the parlor for refreshments, possibly served by the invisible bartender, and to mingle with the performers. Which brings us back to the magical time machine. Rich offered to magically transport me from Millville back to the Salisbury studio.
Are you ready to go? All right, nice to have you here. Thanks. See you again, Lisa. Here we go. You notice the little lights start to blink. In a moment, Lisa should begin to be transparent. I think it's happening. And now she is gone.
But not for long. Here I am, and I'm joined by Rich Bloch. Rich, we had so much fun that day.
It was a blast.
It was a lot of fun, and thank you for coming to Historic Studio D. Now, I didn't see, other than that, I didn't see a whole lot of magic from you on that day. So
well, we can cure that right now.
All right, and we've got Jimmy here to help us out.
Well, this is great, and I actually asked Jimmy because he has a really honest face, and I can test that premise. You know, and we're going to do it with a die. And Jimmy, all I'm going to ask you to do in a moment, I want you to be very discreet. Lift up the cup just slightly and turn the die as if you had rolled it to a number that you would select. I mean, you know, dice can be gimmicked, so I don't want you to just roll it. I should want you to make a selection on it.
Choose it.
If you would, okay? And I will not watch him. I'll talk to Lisa at this time. But listen, Jimmy, because here's what's going to happen. In a moment, after you choose whatever it is you choose, I'm going to go through the numbers on the die one at a time, and you will tell me, you will say yes for all things I ask.
For everything I ask?
Everything I ask. I'm going to go through the numbers. You're going to say yes each time. And because of you've done it, right?
Yes, I've done.
Okay.
Done.
Because of his honest face, I'm going to know when he's trying to deceive us. Okay? So here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 1.
Yes.
2.
Yes.
3.
Yes.
4.
Yes.
5.
Yes.
6.
Yes.
It's amazing. You know, he is so honest, he is incapable of dissembling. Someone in the audience thought, what did you think it was? No.
No, that's what I thought too.
Jimmy was thinking very hard when he got to that particular number, and he clenched his teeth just slightly before he did it, which is how I know that he picked number 5. Show him.
Show us, Jimmy. Number 5. Oh my goodness.
Here's the thing. It could have been a lucky guess.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's you know, less than 20%. But let's do it again.
Really?
Yeah. And this time it's going to get more difficult because a truly honest person tends to tighten up because they know they're under scrutiny and that sort of thing. So you take a look, Jimmy. I'm going to look away, and you can just
done.
Are you done?
Done.
Okay. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
This time I want you to say no.
No.
You see, I've changed the rules, and that's going to make it tougher.
Okay.
Here we go. 6.
No.
5.
No.
4.
No.
3.
No.
2.
No.
1.
No.
All right. Now, I don't know if all of you picked this up. Obviously, the words mean nothing. I'm looking for a change in his behavior, even if it's ever so subtle. And in this case, it was subtle. You may have noticed, you all saw that, and why? It was because he moved his head to a different position. However, he did that in contemplation. They thought it was 2. In contemplation of the number he really was going to choose, because he had to think, he knew it was coming up. That's how I know he chose number 1.
Number 1?
Show him.
Let's see. Number 1.
You're a very honest man, Jimmy.
All right, you have one more trick for us, and we actually have an audience member who's going to join us. Yes, we do. We've got about a couple minutes here. Come on in.
Great.
What's your name?
Karen.
Karen, all right.
Hi, Karen. My name is
how are
Rich.
you?
And this, you know, a lot of people accuse magicians of doing sleight of hand and so forth. And you can confirm for these folks that the cards are all different and shuffled and that sort of thing, all right? And Karen, all I'm going to ask you to do is to choose one of these, right-handed or left-handed, either way, okay? Yes? And if you want, you can show it to the camera and to the audience, because I'm done. Everything else from here on in is going to be done by Karen. Fair enough?
Okay.
All right, Karen, would you place the card into the deck, please, anywhere you like, and shuffle it up, or mix it or smush it around, anything you like. We're open 7 days a week during the summer. Did I mention that?
No.
I wanted to say that, you know.
All right.
Although in the off season we're open Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday afternoon matinee, and we have a great kids show, Karen, on Saturday. I had to get the commercial in, 2 o'clock for the little kids.
And we're going to have all that
Where
information.
are we? Karen, if you will, pick a number between 1 and 5. We don't have a lot of time.
3.
3. Would you take out any 3 cards, place them on the table?
Face up or face down?
Face down. Good question. And I just want to show everybody, I haven't touched these things, not yet, and never until the very end.
Okay.
You got 3? Put them together, please, Karen. And I don't want to touch them now. I want you to put them right into my pocket, please. Excellent. Okay. Right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Hold out your right hand. Here we go. The odds that Karen's card is among this is about 16 to 1 against us, even a little worse than that. Is that your card? No, 2 left. The odds are getting even worse. Now it's 26 to 1. Is that it? No.
I got one more.
Karen, first time in the history of the world, what card did you pick?
I don't know.
You don't know. Did they show the camera? What was it,
That's what I
Jimmy
thought.
says, and he's an honest man.
Yeah, he is an honest man.
Here.
Tell me to look. Oh!
All right.
Pretty
If you
close.
would like to learn more information on the Dickens Parlor Theater or Rich Bloch, you'll find it on our website, delmarvalife.com. Click on the show tab. Thank you so much, Rich. Now here's a look at what's coming up in the news on First at 5 on Fox 21 and later on WBOC News at 6 and 7.